Right, welcome back to the JT Ride or Die podcast. It's the first show of the year, so welcome back. We hope everyone had a great holiday. And we have an exciting show today. We are going over Justin's movies. So we're doing comedies and dramas. And there are a lot of them. There were a lot of them. As I was making this list, there were more than I remembered. So we are jumping right into them. We I kind of made the list as far as newest to oldest, so we could kind of see a progression of performances, I guess I should say. The first one was a recent film. Most of it was done last year. Nope, we're in 2025. It was done.
No.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Reptile, which I should have done better homework. He wasn't the producer, right? No.
No.
It was produced,
No, I
I
don't think
believe,
so.
by a friend of his, famous actor Benicio del Toro, who brought him on board for it. One of my favorite actors. Um, I thought it was a really great film. Um, I think it could have used him a little more, but it's a really great movie, and I just felt I could have used him a little more. I think his character could have been fleshed out a little more, but it spent many weeks at number one, and
Mhm.
it was one of the most watched movies that year on Netflix. So that was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
He
thought
did
it
a
was
good
just a
acting job in it, obviously, but the movie itself, I think there was a little bit too many twists and turns type of thing. Because I tried to watch it with some other people who are not JT biased just to get some like perspective, and they like lost interest in the movie, but they loved other movies he was in, so it kind of like lost people being so like intertwined in certain areas.
I just thought it ran just a little bit long, but I thought it was fine. My husband liked it too.
I'd be interested if those people were like used to psychological dramas like that, because I thought it had the right amount of
Yeah,
twists
because
and
you need at
turns
least
for
like
a
3
psychological drama.
twists. You need like one halfway, and
Right.
then like you have the
Yes.
things you know,
Right.
but you don't know like 3 times. That's
Yeah.
normally
Yeah.
my thing. I just thought it ran just a little bit long because it was like
Mm.
2 hours and 15 minutes, I think.
Mhm.
It was a little long, yeah. And there was definitely a lack of love scenes or sex scenes or
Sexy
whatever you want to
time.
say. Yeah, sexy time, and I feel like
Sexy time.
all of the great movies have a little bit of that in there. So regardless on if it's Justin or not, it was just lacking in the whole movie.
Kelsey,
And it had
what
a
did you think about it?
I liked it. I do think they could have used Justin more in the movie, but I thought it was good.
It has a 70% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes also, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
it was definitely a solid film. Like I said, I would have liked to see, him, a little more, but okay. It was good. It was successful. I was happy for him. Next is Candy, which Candy is interesting because that was actually his wife's Jessica Biel's film. I had no intentions of watching it, to be quite honest with you. But I was very familiar with the case at the time that the movie was about, and I knew someone else who was watching it, and they get a little bit ways in towards the end, and they was like, they called me, and they was like, you gotta watch it, and I'm like, what? It was like, I can't tell you, gotta watch it, and because nobody knew, it was a complete surprise. Nobody knew that he was going to be in it. He was not credited in the beginning. And it turned out to be a really good role to see the two of them play off of each other. Totally does not look like him.
No.
Mhm.
That was very
That throws me off.
too.
I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
But they played very
I like
well
the
off
whole
of each
sheriff
other.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, his performance is very solid. And then I ended up, enjoying the series for the true crime series that it was. It was
And
pretty good.
Justin did it for free also. He
Oh,
wasn't
really?
paid. Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
He said to
I-
pay him with a wig and a prosthetic belly.
Yeah, he's not gonna miss any G5 payments, I'm sure. So he can donate his time to the arts. So next we do have I think probably the film that recently used him the most, which is Palmer, which I just got finished watching that this afternoon because as of this recording, Apple TV is free. Now, by the time you see this recording, Apple TV won't be free because they stingy. They gave you 2 days,
Pretty stingy, only 2 days.
But they do have a 7-day trial. So if you have not signed up with them or you know how to rotate emails, not telling you what to do with your life, I'm just saying, you can get a 7-day trial and watch Palmer. It's very good.
And Verizon gives a 30-day trial for them too. So if anybody has Verizon, they give you a 30-day trial.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Verizon is somebody else. There were a list of different companies. I don't remember. Google it. I know Verizon is one their list.
Actually, I think I'm wrong. I don't think it was 30 days. I think it's actually 3 months. Because on my thing, it sent an alert to say, hey, don't forget to use your 3-month trial.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Google it, see what you can get, y'all. But either way, it is on Apple TV. It's really good. I definitely think it was one of his best performances. It was one of the most watched movies on Apple TV at the time. It is my background. I've been trying to hide from Kels. Okay, now I'm gonna hide it again. And at the time, Apple TV was not as well known as it was now. So I feel like, I mean, yay for Apple TV, but I feel like it was kind of a mistake for it to be released on there. Just because I don't think it got as much wide circulation as it could have had it been on Hulu and Netflix. But that has nothing to do with the movie.
Or even in theaters.
Yeah.
Right. No. At the time, it was COVID City. So they lost out on that opportunity. Like a dual release. They didn't have a chance. So, but it's such a good movie. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I think that's probably it's not my favorite movie on the list, but it is his best acted movie.
Especially that fight scene. I love the fight scene.
Why do women love the fight scene so much? Yeah, like everybody's like, he walks into the bar and he kicks. I'm like, that's the only one you people.
And towards the end in the court when he's crying.
Oh, that made me cry. When he's in the court trying to get custody of Sam, that just ripped me apart.
That's my favorite. That and probably the end scene where Sam makes it into like the fairy princess club.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that little boy is so adorable.
This movie did a really good job of like portraying how like Justin's character felt a certain way at first, but then like having interactions. Then like, you know, he started understanding from other perspectives. And I feel like that happens a lot, like just in everyday life, people will come at you one way and like so closed-minded, but then as they get to know people, they kind of open up and then they're more accepting and stuff. So it was nice to see that. I feel like they really portrayed that in the movie. And like I did forget that Justin was in the movie for a second. Like I was like so wrapped up in the story. So I liked it. And like you said, it's not my favorite movie of his, but his acting is really good and the movie was well done.
Yeah, I agree.
It has a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes also.
I love it. Jenny's got like our Rotten Tomatoes.
Jenny's keeping track.
If it had more of a release, you know, it would probably, like Janera said, like if they did Netflix or Hulu, I think a lot of people would have watched it.
Yeah.
And of course, unfortunately, the movie was fraught with, you know, with the major controversy. I do think that major controversy is what stunted any potential of awards.
I agree.
Yeah.
At least like director or something.
Yeah. I mean, I, hands down, he should have been nominated for awards, but you know, there were some respectability politics at play there, and it just didn't come about. But I definitely think he should have been nominated for something.
Me too.
Because you really don't see him at all. Because I hadn't seen it in a few years, and I was like, I I forgot how country this motherfucker was.
Yeah. He's country. He's a country boy. In this.
I had passed out walking down the street. I'm sorry, as a black woman, I went the other way. I would have rolled up on him too quick.
Yeah.
But that's acting. You don't see the entertainer. So definitely good. Like I said, get you a 7-day subscription if you don't have Apple and give it a chance. Next is Wonder Wheel. I don't know what year that was.
It was
Well, the
I don't
actress in
have
Wonder
the year.
Wheel actually was in Palmer with him, so he's been with her, paired with her a couple
yeah,
times.
that's right.
Yeah.
She
So
was.
that movie, it stars along Kate Winslet. I don't remember the other actress, but as Kel said,
Juno Tempo. That's her name.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
She does appear in Palmer as well.
What?
I'm like waiting for it. I'm like, give it. Give it.
I don't know if I would recommend that to anybody.
I think
No.
if he did it to work with Woody Allen and
Or cinematography.
Or
Like
s-
it
yeah,
looks pretty.
yeah. It looks
Yeah,
pretty.
It's definitely worth the watch. The view is
Right.
nice in that movie. They do a good job at portraying a lot of the different scenery and stuff. So
It's like
She was
art
kinda-
more than
yeah,
a movie.
I don't know if I'd recommend the watch. Like if it's free and you don't have anything to do and it's part of your Amazon Prime, go for it. But it's pretty. It sounds good sometimes, and that's it.
I like that
There's
he
some
was
good-
the narrator too throughout.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
movie.
I did like that because he has such a
Yeah.
nice voice. So the fact
He
that
does,
they used him
yeah.
to narrate was a good choice.
Yeah, that's the second time we see that. We see that very early in his career in Southland Tales, where he plays a drug addicted
People
veteran.
still don't know
And-
that's him in that.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
know
threw me for
why
a loop
not.
too.
The makeup is not that great. You can tell who it is.
It's low
I
budget,
mean,
you can tell.
you can tell who it is. But yeah. So check it out. It's an Amazon Prime. A lot of people probably have it. I think he looks good. I was a little concerned, but I was like, he was playing a boy toy lifeguard, because I was like,
Lifeguard.
Yeah.
at his
Back
age.
from the war or something.
No. I'm talking about Wonder Wheel.
Yeah.
Wait, he was back from the war?
Yeah, he said
No.
something about the war in the beginning.
I think you're thinking of Southland Tales.
No,
Because in Wonder
it was
Wheel, he's like a failed. I mean, he's trying to like be a writer. I don't think he's very good at it. I don't think he's very smart. But if he did, if he came back from the war, he's I mean, he's just cute. And
He's just cute to look at. That's it.
So that is a perfect description of that film.
He's very cute to look at. That's it.
But it has it has some very solid performances. I just feel like okay. So yeah, and that's a description of that film. That's all we got. Pop Star with, I always call him the wrong name, but Andy Samberg. There we go. Not Adam Samberg. I don't know who that is. That movie is fucking hilarious to me. I love that movie. Justin makes an uncredited appearance as Tyrus Squash, which is a ridiculous name.
Of course, it's a ridiculous name.
Right. He's his like personal chef, and
the glasses.
It's stupid. Right. It's dumb. It's completely dumb, but the movie is very funny. So definitely check that movie out. It was on streaming on Hulu for a while, and I went to watch it the other day and it's gone. I was very upset. But yeah, that's fun. And it's uncredited, so you wouldn't know by looking through any of the credits for the movie, but just watch it. Has anyone else seen that but me?
A long time ago.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the Justin part over again.
Yeah, I did too.
It's not much, but
No,
it's
it's not
good to
much.
see him pop up. And the film has a lot of cameos by other celebrities, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. If you miss their days from SNL, definitely go watch that wherever you can find it. I don't know where it is anymore. Sorry. Runner. Okay. Never thought.
I saw it in the theaters. I liked it. It was all right. I thought the script was the worst part of it. Like they had the actors, but they
That's
just
so
didn't
much.
give them. They didn't give them stuff to work with.
She said the
Yeah.
script was the worst part.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. Like it was worth a watch. Like, would I watch it a million times? No, but I think again he did a good job in it, and it was action packed. So it's worth a watch.
I only saw the shirt this scene where he was cooking drugs. He wasn't making photos. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if he was cooking drugs or making photos, but that was the only scene.
It has an 8%. So
Yeah.
8?
it's not good.
8. Yeah, that's not good at all.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay,
people said
well.
they liked the casting, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Affleck's been in a lot of movies, so.
I mean, Ben Affleck is, whatever you think of him personally, he's a solid actor. But it felt empty from even the trailer. I was like,
Yeah, I remember
No.
watching the trailer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next movie.
I think he wanted to do something like action related, but
Well, In Time was action related.
yeah, maybe he wanted to do it
Oh,
again.
maybe something else.
Yeah. The next one is one I recently saw like this year, and it was so depressing. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but it's Inside. Is that Llewyn Davis?
I think it's Llewyn.
Llewyn.
Okay.
Llewyn. Yeah.
So it is like a Coen's brother movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone told me.
Yeah.
And I really like their movies. I mean, one of my favorite films is Fargo, but man,
I like
this
Fargo
movie made me want to blow my brains out. It is depressing.
It was very depressing.
Main
It is,
character
yeah.
is not a good person. He's
No.
sleeping with his best friend's wife. I thought that was a very interesting role for Justin to play. I'll just leave that there. And it just overall was like, no. And then his character kind of taps out very early, and I had also barely made it to the end. And
I barely made it through that movie, I'll be honest too. Like,
don't know.
he just
if
was
I'd
not
recommend
a good person at all, and like you thought something was gonna change, maybe like his.
And we're not
experiences.
talking about Justin's character. I just want to say we
No.
keep saying he's not a good person. The main character is not a good person.
The main character, yeah. Justin played a very small role in the movie.
Right.
Just
So he was
basically
not
just
the main character, but
a guy in a band, and the main character is sleeping with his wife. That's the character.
Yes.
And
and
I
he's
was
paid
like,
for
well,
multiple abortions, apparently, from multiple ex-girlfriends. Like, this is just like the thing to do, and it was no big deal. And like, what?
yeah, it
Yeah,
I think
was
he
not a
wanted
good
to
person.
be in an Andy Cohen movie. I don't know.
But it did well with the
Justin
critics,
does a
though.
lot of his stuff for artistic reasons, so
Even as a Coen's brother movie, I was like, yeah. Or like critically, I didn't get it.
no,
But-
it was hard.
Okay.
It was a tough movie.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the hair and the beard. I thought that was great.
It was cute.
Yeah, I
was
thought
probably
it was
the
too.
Best part.
And they were singing
Again, I'm
live.
gonna say the same thing.
Also.
He did a good job in his role, so he played the role even though it was small. He did very good, but
I could not tell you a single scene he did. Like, I can't tell you a description of a single scene he was in.
I remember them singing up on a stage, like in a trio.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
yeah.
remember, because I saw it in theaters. I just
No, other
made my
one with
husband
them
see
in-
all,
That's right,
every
you
movie.
did say you went to
Oh,
theaters
man.
for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then there's another scene that I do remember now singing in the studio, but the song is so bad. I watched the whole scene with the sound off because the song was awful.
I think I remember that song. It was like something weird.
It's just so bad. But anyway, yeah. What's the rating on that, Jenny?
Well, it did well with critics. It has a 92%, and it won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Film Festival. And it's ranked number 11 on New York Times list of best films of the 21st century so far.
It's an acquired taste.
Sometimes you just don't agree with the critics. So
no,
I do.
I find that most times I don't agree with a lot of the critics, so that's not
especially with this last album that came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so news. So recently it was released that Justin achieved his biggest streaming year ever. He received 2.4 billion streams in 2024 and accumulated a total of 13.6 billion streams on the platform across his career. That is awesome. I don't have the numbers for it, so whatever come from me, I don't care. But everything I thought it was recently had a major boost in streaming. I'm sure the tour has helped with that. So that's a really, 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 really cool fact. So
I feel like the festivals will help too because you hit people that normally don't listen to your music.
Right.
And maybe afterwards they'll stream it.
Yeah, they're international. They're international too, so yeah, for sure. All right, Jenny, you had some attendance data?
I have two. The TD Garden reveals that Justin Timberlake was their 5th biggest show by attendance. I don't know where that one is though. Do you? TD Garden?
Boston.
Okay.
That's where we were, Kelsey.
Yeah, okay. I was like, ooh.
And then Key Bank Center revealed that Justin was their 5th biggest show by audience attendance and their biggest by stage size. Does anybody know where Key Bank is? At Atlanta?
Maybe? Key Bank, no. I was in Atlanta. It was State Farm Arena. Key Bank is in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I forgot he was in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, he was in Buffalo.
Yeah. He's been in so many places. I cannot keep up. Love that for him.
But he really kind of should be number 4 because Drake night 1 and night 2 is both listed.
Nah, he's still number 4.
Gotcha.
And I think Can't Stop the Pop is a British publication. I'm not sure. I don't know who they are. But their top article for the year was about, which is surprising, was about the collaboration he did with Madonna, 4 Minutes. That was their most read and searched article. So people still love that.
That's really
song.
random.
That's so surprising. Yeah, that's so random and surprising.
There was something else that came up about 4 Minutes too. Like the song was like one of the highest ranked
for New Year's or something. Oh no,
song like that. It was on another list, which I was surprised about. And I was like, oh wow, yeah.
I'm sorry, we lost you after Pete.
Yeah, you disappeared for 1 second.
Kels.
Jeez,
What?
Can you repeat
your
earlier?
Your signal keeps going in and out.
Oh, so weird. I don't know. I was just saying that it came up for like one of the most played songs recently on a list that I was reading, and I was like, oh, I was surprised by it because I haven't heard about 4 Minutes in a while, and so it just like randomly appeared this year a couple times.
Yeah.
Are people trying to make it like a New Year's song, like 4 minutes to save the world?
Maybe.
I don't know.
The way the world works, it feels like we always got 4 minutes to something. So
yeah, right. It's 4 minutes to something.
4 minutes to something going down.
4 minutes even in certain areas we're good, because otherwise, nope.
Yeah, that's kind of. Last time I heard it was like the Kohl's commercial or TJ Maxx or somebody uses it during the holidays.
Oh yeah,
and he's just like, hey.
Yeah, that's how I hear it. I never really liked that song. I'm just not a Madonna person, so it was never a song I really wanted to hear much.
He should do it just by himself.
It was super. I thought there was a demo. I had heard a demo of just his, but it was super popular when it came out. And now it's popular again.
Mhm.
All right, so to get back in the movies, we have the movie I kept falling asleep on, but the sports fans really like.
I like it.
I'm not a baseball fan, but I mean, it's real.
Jenny is our sports girl. I knew she was going to say that. So Trouble with the Curve. Oh no,
like
he
it.
is in that movie. Jenny, what is he in that movie?
What is he?
Yeah, what he
He's
do?
he's like a recruiter. He's trying to find the next draft
for
players
baseball.
Mhm.
for baseball. He used to be a baseball player, but he tore his rotator cuff.
Yeah.
Why
I like the movie. It was entertaining to watch once. Like, you know?
Oh man.
I was trying to be serious, and I was just like,
I liked it because I think he's super charming in that role.
Yeah,
I
is.
liked
Him
his
and
character
Amy
a
are
lot.
So
He
cute.
was very charming.
So charming.
And
so cute.
That's how I picture Justin being in real life sometimes.
Yes.
Me
I
too.
thought it was very
Absolutely.
close
And,
to what he was like.
The water scene, I thought was cute. You know, like the
Mhm.
skinny dipping.
And when they're
whatnot.
dancing,
Yeah.
vlogging.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cute.
Mhm.
I like Amy Adams. She's a good actress.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite actresses. She did really good with Justin.
Yeah.
cool.
And also the dude. We can't forget about the dude.
Yeah.
Clint.
What?
And John Goodman is in it too. I like him.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Janira's so
We're just gonna name everybody in the movie.
She's like,
I'm
what?
just listening.
What are y'all talking about right
This
now?
is great.
It's a cute
I love
movie
it.
though. I
It
saw
is a
that in
cute movie.
theaters too. I think I saw like every movie I could
Yeah.
in theaters that came out in theaters before I had a kid.
I
Oh,
love that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I just support them no matter what.
Support her.
Like,
no
I'm
matter
gonna see
what.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I forget we're going backwards because I'm like, that was done a long time ago. But yeah, because we're going backwards.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have the
no,
years
we're
right
going
now.
backwards. Yeah.
I don't know the years either. I just know we're going backwards.
Backwards.
I made the
I like
list.
I liked all the thermals that he wore in that movie too. Justin
The
in the thermal.
thermals.
A thermal
Was there
shirt.
flannel too?
I don't think so. Was there flannel?
There was. My eyes went quick.
I just watched it like yesterday or 2 days ago.
Not in that one. I don't think.
No,
I
he
think
wore
in the
I don't
other
think
one
so.
there was.
He like had like leather jacket or something, or like a suede jacket. He looked cute.
Okay.
He had jeans
Yeah.
on the whole time.
I'll let it
Yeah, he looked
pass.
very cute.
All right. Next is the action thriller, In Time. Quiz. I'm always gonna fuck up some names, so here we go. With Amanda
Seyfried.
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 Yeah.
We all said it differently.
differently. Wow, that went horribly wrong. Amanda, girl, we sorry. You know we talking about you. And Cillian Murphy, which I had such a big crush on him at the time, so it was
And
really
Matt
glad to
Bomer.
see him.
Matt Bomer.
Yes.
Really,
Justin
Matt
needs to
Bomer.
do
Love him.
more
Oh
with
yeah,
Matt
he
Bomer
was in it. He was
in the
in it.
beginning.
It's Bomber. I've been calling him Bomber the whole time. Okay, this is
Yes.
great. I love this for me.
You're learning all sorts of new stuff,
I'm
Janira.
learning so many new things today. It's a good film. It was kind of ahead of its time because I feel like these days more than ever, time is something that you literally have to buy. The better, more money, better insurance, better food. In the movie, you're dealing with time as a physical currency. But if you look at the state of the world today, very much the same thing. You have as much time as your money will buy you. That's the best way I can put it. And it was a good film. I know he got a lot of critical acclaim for it. Showed good acting chops. Now he's improved a lot. The acting was good at the time. That was one of his best. But now, you know, I had caught some of it the other day and was like, well, he's improved. I love this for him. But it was a good film. It was good.
Yeah. That scene where he went to go buy the cup of coffee And he was like, it was 3 minutes yesterday. Today it's 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's so accurate. Like,
It's
with
so
whether you're a
accurate
Starbucks
now.
person or a Dunkin' Donuts person, like, you
Oh my
go
God.
and they're like, well, if you want it, you're going to pay for it. And that is exactly what happens. Because I remember,
Yeah.
like, a while ago, I used to pay like $3 for my drink that I used to get. I went in last week to get it, and it was like $6.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? But
Whoa.
they know people are going to pay for
As
it.
I
So
said,
it doesn't matter.
last time you got that drink. But every time you go somewhere, things cost more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like, and they're smaller. I, you know,
Yes.
that's one of my favorite coffee places. Still, and the cup was different. And I was like,
They
oh,
put
this
the
large.
indent in the bottom too, so you don't even
Yes,
see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this large is not a large.
Mhm.
This is now a
No.
medium. But it's crazy. So yeah, looking at it now, yeah, everything sucks.
And
Yeah,
that-
Meredith is really nice. She's such a sweet actress. I actually met her right after they had finished filming this movie. And so I feel bad not saying her name right. Sorry, Amanda. But she is super, super nice. Like, her characters that she plays in a lot of her movies, I feel like is what she is in real life. You know, she doesn't feel like a celebrity or anything like that. And you know, she actually was filming a movie up here where I live in New York. They had shut down my town because she was filming in here. So there's some of the imagery that I see every day in one of her new movies, which was cool to see.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
She had a good performance too. Everyone did well.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that movie made a ton of money. It was on a $40 million budget, and it made over 174 million. So it
Oh,
did
wow.
very well.
Was it?
Oh, wow.
I can't remember if I saw that in theaters or not. I might have. I
Yeah.
remember.
I
But it
feel
was
like
fun.
I
if
know
you
I
saw
saw that
any
one
of them,
too.
was that one or Friends with Benefits. It's like those two.
I
were
did
probably-
not see Friends with Benefits in the
Then you
theater.
probably saw
In
it.
time, probably.
Mhm.
So it was, yeah. I remember seeing several of them. Bad Teacher, I saw in
Mhm.
theaters. I don't know why I didn't see.
Mhm.
Was it legal? That was legal. I don't know. Anyway, Friends with Benefits. Let's go. I don't like that movie.
Are there parts that you like of it?
Of course.
Okay.
There are parts, but I just, as a whole, yeah. When was that? That was 2011. I was definitely grown. I don't know why I didn't see that in theaters. I saw it when it was released at home, and I think mostly I just halfway through I'd lose interest in it, and I don't like the female character. So I was just watching from.
You didn't like her as an actress or her character in the movie?
I didn't like the character. I mean, I'm not actively trying to watch Mila Kunis, but I have nothing against her. I just didn't like the character.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, oh, he not naked no more. I had to tuned out. And that was it. And then I was like, oh, they're gonna be friends and they're gonna fall in love and him, yeah. It was
The
very
classic,
predictable.
yeah. It's
Right,
very
yeah.
predictable.
It's cute. I know why he did it. But
I think
Yeah.
we all know why he did
Obvious.
it.
It's obvious, yeah.
It's
he's
obvious.
very excited and very proud of himself, and I love that for him. But
Yeah.
it's not one of my favorites. I know a lot of people list it as one of their favorites.
I have it listed as one of my favorites. That's probably my most seen rewatched movie from him.
I mean, I watched that movie for a lot of
For many
parts in it,
reasons.
but I don't
For many
watch it as a
reasons.
whole. Yeah, many reasons.
I do like the part with his dad who is senile. Or has
Yeah.
dementia.
That was one of the.
I think that's the
like,
best part of the movie.
Oh, that was so good. I really
That
liked
was really
that
good
part.
though.
I liked all the cameos in it too. What's his name? Sean White. That was really funny. Where he like hated Justin in the movie.
Oh
Do you remember
yeah.
that part?
Yeah, the snowboarder, Sean White.
Oh, that was at the snowboard. Yeah, that was pretty
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah. It's
I
so
thought-
funny because he like
I thought-
hated him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
I thought
part.
Woody Harrelson was pretty good.
Mhm.
I
I thought he
Woody
was
in the movie,
too.
It's just something about it.
His jokes that he had in that, just his like one-liners, I thought were like memorable zingers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just about like halfway through. I'm like, okay, the novelty wears off. I've seen what I needed to see.
And that also made a lot of money at the box office.
It did. It did.
It really
was
did,
a
yeah.
Did
huge
really
hit.
well.
I really think people were just so excited to see Justin with his clothes off.
Mm-hmm.
It was box office gold. Use what you got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it. I wanted it to up it. I wanted it to up its ante, but that's another conversation. I'm not going to get into that. What do you have next? Okay, we have my favorite comedy, which is Bad Teacher. I love this movie. It is hilarious. It's very inappropriate. I feel like we're losing you, Jenny. It keeps getting darker.
No,
there we
it's
go.
just I'm using a backlight because if I put my top light, it's way too bright.
Okay, I was like, where did she go? Okay. Bad Teacher is one of my favorites. It's just funny. She's a doofus, and
He's a
nerdy
guy.
Yeah.
I love
He's
him.
a real
though. He's
for
such a nerd.
The movie's
an
good for a watch.
asshole,
I can't stand Cameron Diaz. She's my least favorite in every way. So I watched the movie to support Justin, and I thought the movie was cool and it was like funny. I don't like her.
Okay. I enjoyed it.
Fan.
I mean, I
thought he looked good.
Yeah.
In it.
He did look
I
good.
like the nerdy.
Yeah, the character's just so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
I think almost every character in that movie is shitty.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like there's no good person in that
There's no
movie.
Good person. I mean,
which is funny because they're all teaching kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like you guys shouldn't be teachers. I'm sorry. Like
America.
Yeah.
None of you are good people.
Wonderful teachers out there. I grew up with some teachers that were also like that. So.
Yeah. Yes.
And also when I researched it, there was a TV show based on the movie.
Yeah.
And it aired 3 episodes. I don't even remember that happening.
I do.
Oh, it had none of the actors from the movie in it though.
Well, no, it had back and forth. They had tried to do like a sequel or several years, and it just never ever worked out. And then I think it was TBS brought it.
Okay.
TBS or like TV Land brought it. It didn't go anywhere, but it's one of my favorites. I
was like, I feel like Bad Teacher's always on TV right now.
Yeah,
they turn it on and it's on.
I don't have cable.
Yeah.
I cut a cord a long time ago, but it's I see it all the time on like Hulu, on Pluto will show it a lot, so it's usually circulating somewhere in the universe. But I love how dorky he is.
Are we gonna talk about that one scene from the movie?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Jenny, go ahead. What do you want? Go ahead, start.
No.
Jenny, no, we can't. No.
I just wonder, like, how that came about. Like, you're gonna be.
Oh my gosh, I don't know for that
face.
It's hilarious. He like not really into it.
That's what I mean. Like, maybe it was supposed to be something else, and because they used to date, they're like, just make it dry humping. But I feel like that's even worse.
I think it was like supposed to be like that because it's just so bad. It's like these 2 full-grown adults dry humping. And then she's like, well, maybe next time we can try it with our clothes off. And he's like, I would like that. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was like, so funny because she's like, oh yeah.
It's cringy. It's so cringy.
I think it was meant to be cringy.
But I also feel like so many people have said to me, and I'm not judging, they'd be like, I would still go for it. That's terrible, but whatever.
Oh man.
It's like accurate. People are like, I'd still do it. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. I like them in that. I had wished they had done, because that was filmed many years after they broke up, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't mind seeing them do another film together.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed her roles where she's pretty bitchy, so I liked it. Um, Next was, I can't believe that was done right before Bad Teacher. I can't believe it, but The Social Network
Oh
was done right
wow.
before Bad Teacher. And many people consider that to be like his breakout role. Done with David Fincher. Did I at least say that right?
Yeah.
Who really didn't want to cast him in it to begin with. Was like, get that pretty boy out of here. But he put him through the ringer, and he came up and worked hard, and the rest is history. It's a good film. I watch it occasionally, but it's one of those films that like also sometimes my battery will die down. Where once
Yeah.
the film is done with him, I am then done with the film.
Or
So
you just
just
fast
because,
forward to his parts. And
right,
then
Yeah.
it just
fast
kind of
forward to his
what
parts. And fast
day
forward. That's what I do
day I'm
sometimes.
in. By the time he gets arrested for like coke, I'm like, he's done.
Yeah,
Gotta
he's
change
done.
No, I'm kidding.
He looked
I'm
really
kidding.
good though.
Huh?
He looked really good. He had the
I
curls,
thought she
too.
said he smelled
He
really
did.
good. I was like, girl, what version of that movie did you
Yeah.
get?
Oh, I wish.
He looked really
I
good, and
wish.
Dakota Johnson was in that movie with him, so I feel like it was a missed opportunity for him to be Christian Grey because they had done a movie together
Oh my
already.
God.
And Justin would have been.
I don't
yes.
like
I mean,
her as an actress.
No, I'm not a big fan of hers, but I just because she played the lead in it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Justin would have been a good Christian Grey.
Mhm.
I
I
agree.
like Jamie Dornan. Don't take any offense to him. He's a good actor. I just, think Justin would have done really well at that.
Mhm.
I think as much as we would have all seen it, would have liked to see it for obvious reasons, I think that role would have hurt his career way more than helped him. Because the time the films hit, did they make money? Yes. But it had become such a joke. I don't think they would have really served his career at all. So not to say that there aren't other roles he could do that are like that, but the Christian Grey roles I think would have hurt his image a lot. As far as him trying to establish himself as a serious actor. But back to The Social Network, he did work with a lot of big people surrounding that film, and it really catapulted him into something serious, which is why it's kind of funny that like Bad Teacher and Friends with Benefits was next, because he was kind of teetering on that pretty boy image. And I think him going and doing In Time, probably doing something a little more subtle like Trouble with the Curve, kind of got him back on critically, I think, where people wanted to see him. So
More indie kind of
Indie,
thing.
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of indie, would be the short film Jerry. Now, I had forgot all about this until someone dug it up the other day. I don't know if he needed to help somebody pay their rent. I don't know if he owed somebody a favor.
Blackmail into it.
Blackmail into it. I don't know. It's basically a short film about a man named Jerry. Jerry ain't shit. Jerry plays.
He's a walking Hallmark ad.
Jerry pretty much gets his lines to sleep with women from Hallmark cards. It's not safe for work. It's pretty cheeky. You can Google it, but you can't search it
on YouTube.
I don't know why that is.
I don't know why that is either.
Intentionally hidden.
Intentionally.
I think it's intentionally hidden so it won't be taken down. Well, okay, surprise. Oh, go watch it.
It's only like 10 minutes long, and it's
only
worth
10 minutes. I know, because
It's a short.
Yeah, people are like, well, what movie is that? I was like, I forgot to say it's 10 minutes long. But anyway.
And it looks like it was shot on a cell phone.
It
probably was shot on a cell phone.
That's why I was like, whose rent was due? Whose rent was
it's funny. The actress at the end of it, I forgot her name. She has a really unique name, but she was in like shows like
Cliffhanger.
Hill, and I don't know if it was Grey's Anatomy.
She was in Everwood. I remember her in Everwood, and I didn't like her in Everwood. So I didn't like her in this movie.
I can't think of her name, but I just thought was funny that she popped
I
up
don't
at the
remember
end
her
of that
name.
short film. Yeah, I can't think of it. It starts with an S, I think. But yeah, so I thought that was funny.
Interesting. Anyway, I don't know. He never promoted it. Never told anybody about it. Never. I don't know. I mean, apparently, it's like they were just bored for a couple of days and was like fucking around on somebody's iPhone and put it on
Yeah.
YouTube.
It
I don't.
goes perfectly with his sense of humor, though. So he probably just did it to be.
That's all I
funny.
got. Okay. The Open Road was another one where I was passed out.
I never saw it.
I saw it. Him and Jeff
It
Bridges.
was on
Yeah.
like a month ago on Pluto at like 1 a.m, and I was like, ah, and I was like, oh. It was he was very cute.
He was very cute.
For me, it suffers from trouble with the curve syndrome. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Is he a baseball player in that one too?
He's a baseball player in that one too.
Yes,
he
and
really?
his dad is a baseball player. It was played by Jeff Bridges, who's a really good actor and has cult classics and stuff. Yeah, he's but he used to be a big baseball star, and then of course he's following in his father's footsteps. So they haven't spoken in years. They have like a hard relationship, and
wasn't
he
his
has to
mother
go on the
sick or
road.
something?
Yeah, she was sick and sent him on the mission to patch things up with her dad. Well, she didn't say that they wanted to patch up the relationship, but she was like, she tricked him and was like, go get your dad. I want to see him.
Yeah, that's
and
what,
that
she wanted to see him.
Yeah.
Well, look at them paying attention.
And his name in that movie was Carlton.
That's right.
I wrote that down because I was like, that's such a weird
Carlton.
name for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a
and he was
Carlton.
like junior, wasn't he a junior?
I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Wow.
That's too crazy.
I felt like he was just playing himself. I was like, this man is very nice and charismatic. And that's it.
Yeah, the whole girl thing in
and
there,
I couldn't tell you
the
anything
girl
about
there.
the plot. That's it. So I love that for him. But yeah, I mean, they have a whole storyline. I could not tell you any of that. Okay, what's next?
The Love Guru.
The Love
Guru.
I love this movie.
It was so stupid.
Fuck that movie.
It's so stupid, but I love it.
I paid money to go see that movie.
Fucking hate it. Except for the dick jokes, it's not funny. And the dick jokes aren't funny. Do you know how unfunny something has to be for dick jokes not to be funny? No. I can't stand it.
I thought it was hilarious.
I don't think it was rated very good either.
No, it was a 13%, and
yeah,
it won.
It won the Razzie. I was like, I hope it was R.
Yeah, it won the Razzie for worst picture.
But this is what you expect out of Mike Myers because the Austin Powers series, like this is him in a nutshell. So I think if you're a Mike Myers fan,
I do too.
I like the Austin Powers series. I did not like this one. This is bad.
But almost
bad.
every
Some
other
of it was racist. It was not good. They
almost
could not
all
make
the
it
other
down.
actors were nominated for the Razzie, but Justin wasn't. So
that's just because people really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Because.
And this is where some of the stuff came out about him packing in real life. Multiple people from this particular movie set were talking about how this part was perfect for him in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
I think
it was just like
it's funny.
Was Mike Myers was the one that mentioned it just because he was being a good friend and trying to stop the dick questions at every interview. Mm-hmm. So he said that they actually had to go in and digitally alter the Speedos because the ratings wouldn't let it go through, or like it would have caused like an X rating. So
yeah. Oh my god.
That's That's great. Love that for you. And then
Love that for him.
And then it was further confirmed like years later by some people or friends with benefits. That
Yeah.
what was the
There's
story?
been multiple movie sets where they're all saying the same thing.
Oh,
Patricia Clarkson, who played
Yeah.
his mom in the movie, she confirmed it on Andy Cohen.
that apparently was too large to fit into the safety sock. Her words, not mine.
Her
I'm just repeating
words.
what she said. Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
Great. Love that for him. But Love Guru was not a good. I really just think he wanted to show himself off.
I think he
Speaking of wanting to show himself off,
His
Black
obsession
Snake
with
Moan.
Celine Dion is so ridiculous.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
But that sounds weird. That sounds like that fits with the tone of the film. But Black Snake Moan, yeah. Oh wow.
That's
The memories, the
Mhm.
uncomfortable memories of that movie.
It's
Just
a hard watch.
And he wasn't in that movie all that much either.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it. I knew I was going to regret saying that.
That was a good setup. I remember
Mhm.
seeing that. I was young. Wait, what? Hold on. I got to do fast Google so the story makes more sense. I remember seeing that when I was young with my parents. Oh, wow. I was in high school. I think I was probably in my first or second year of high school. So, back then.
I feel like I red boxed it or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it in theaters.
Right. And no, I remember like red boxing it at home and being like, well, I have to see it. Like it was R-rated, and I really had to convince them because it was Justin. They were like, okay, fine, it's Justin. And then I was like,
immediately.
I could not watch that movie with parent figures at all, and I was a young adult at the time.
Oh, they were mad. I didn't see the rest of the film for 3 years because it was immediately cut off.
Yeah,
And
like,
I was
nope.
Oh my god.
No. I'll be honest with you. Not a great film.
That film has my favorite sex scene in it of his out of all of the films that he has, just because I like, how he's like grabbing the throat, and I know a lot of people don't like that stuff or whatever, but I just think they did it well, and he was very convincing, and I like that. Saying, being honest, little throat grab is nice.
Cool. His acting was terrible. It was so bad.
I wasn't watching it for his acting at all, being honest.
The end scene was where he was crying in the car or something.
Oh,
His name was Ronnie, right? Was it Ronnie?
That was probably the most decent scene of his acting. Albeit a little strange. It was probably the most decent. And again, I don't really know if that was his fault because, I love Samuel L. Jackson, but I didn't really feel like his acting was also that great. Sometimes it's just like the movie, And I think in the different circumstances, those three actors would be much better. But I was just like, I cannot believe this movie started like this. So I think it was.
Jumped right into it.
By the time we got to the Love Guru, my parents were just like, "Fuck this guy. You are not. No, I don't even know." And then that was horrible. That was horrible. I remember seeing the Love Guru like with my friends at like a sleepover because that wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna go down in my house again. You know what? They was sticking him from Alpha Dog. That movie had so much cussing. We'll get to that in a minute. It was just a long train wreck after he lost in sync. It was a minute before this guy is straight up inappropriate. Southland Tales. Oh my God.
It's a very interesting film.
Don't watch that movie high.
I didn't. I never watched it.
I just saw Justin's part.
I mean, one day.
That's what I saw. Just the
if it's
singing
like
part.
one and it's
singing
bored.
part.
Yeah.
Just watch it for 5 minutes.
There's
It
a
doesn't
lot
make
of
sense.
cameos in it. Like you'll recognize a lot of people.
That's what
It's one
I
of those
saw
movies
that.
where
And I
they,
was like,
throw a lot
Mandy
of
Moore's
people
in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's
saw
so-
that too.
so
It's so
off-color.
bad
know that.
that they asked him what it was about. And he didn't know. Not, he literally
What's it
said
about?
he
I
didn't
don't
know. And I was like, "Oh, honey, why you do that? Why did you take that role?"
He did a favor
doesn't
for
know.
somebody. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just wanted that foot in the door after Alpha Dog.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just get the credits.
I think he was just trying to build his resume, and it wasn't based off his looks clearly because he did not play a good-looking person in the movie. So I think that was interesting for him.
Yeah, Scar.
I mean, he's crazy.
He can still get it. and believe it or not, his performance got like critical acclaim in a movie that nobody even knew what he was trying to say.
I feel like that his part is the only part I ever see online. They like randomly post that part.
That
you never
and
see
like
any other
Sarah,
part of the movie.
That's posted a lot online.
It is.
Sarah Michelle Gellar plays this very like woke porn star that's like trying to make a better world for porn stars.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That's random.
Her character is
The
actually
most
very
random
funny.
people in this movie. I don't.
Yeah, there was so many cameos in it, and like
And it
you
was
wouldn't expect Mandy Moore to be in a movie like this. Like that was so off color for her. But
It was
when
supposed to be a trilogy. And
they made a comment to where Justin has been linked to like every single famous female that you can think of. And when you start naming like actresses or singers, he has literally been linked to all of them, and it makes sense if you look at his acting resume. Like,
so he's the new Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
the 6 degrees of Justin
Timberlake. But it's like 2
It's like 1 degree to Justin Timberlake. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too funny.
I'm lost.
It's like a game that you have to like connect the actor to Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
But Justin
and it's
would
like
be the
always
new
like
Kevin
within
Bacon.
6 degrees, you can connect them to Kevin Bacon. So we would say with Justin, it's even shorter. It's like 2 to 3 degrees.
Oh no.
Especially with music, it makes it even shorter.
Yeah. Exactly.
One of the first ones that I paid attention to was definitely Alpha Dog. Like I was in middle school when Alpha Dog came out, and I remember begging my mom to take me and several of my girlfriends, and she was like, "It's rated R." I don't know, and I was like, "It's not gonna be that bad." It was bad.
It's
It's like a movie.
I'm excited for this.
I don't know.
It's based on a true story too.
Yeah, it's based off of a true story. And I was working at the East Hamptons Film Festival shortly after this movie came out, and the actor in it, Anton Yelchin, he plays the boy that they kidnapped. He was up for Best New Artist Award, and like Shailene Woodley was there, and Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood, like he was up for the award too. So it was kind of cool because he was nice. So I got to meet him and talk to him about the movie a little bit. And then like not too long later, he actually is passed away now, like a freak accident that happened to him.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy to see him in that movie. And like, I think him and Justin had like a good chemistry and dynamic together. So it was like I liked it.
Yeah, that ending scene is really sad.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's hard.
And I
had someone say that.
Hard to watch,
Someone said that to me the other day, and I was like, "Well, yeah." And they said I couldn't watch it because and ruined it. And I was like, I was so familiar with the story at the time.
Yeah.
I remember hearing the story going, I don't know, that's what happened. It was like, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was like really true. And I was like, yeah, it really sucks. Oh
yeah. I knew the story about it, but watching the movie, I almost forgot for a minute that I knew the story because there was a moment where I was like, oh, he's not going to let him die. And then, of course, like, the end of the movie happens, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, we're watching this movie. Like, I forgot for a minute, though, because he had me convinced that he was going to, like, change something up.
Yeah, seeing Justin cry was hard for me.
Yeah.
So that was just, That was
It was
hard
good
to watch
acting
me.
in that movie.
It was really good acting.
Yeah.
I think the
And a good
director
cast.
knew how to get what they needed out of him compared
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
what was
And
the
Amanda
last
Seyfried was in
movie.
that one too. He's done multiple roles with multiple actresses and actors at this point too. Like there's been multiple.
Yeah, I don't think it bothered me to see him cry because the actor was so shitty. I mean, the character was so shitty. It was a shitty ass character.
He
and I
was
think
a shitty character, but still, it was hard. You know, it was hard.
I did it because
watch.
at that point I was like, I hate like this guy was so full of shit. Like you're crying before you pump bullets into this 15-year-old kid's body, and they were like these like wannabe white gangsters. They did not need to do any of that. They were
No.
not about that life. Everyone was just like it just spun horribly out of control. They were horrible people.
Yeah.
That
Ben
kid
Foster's
bothered
character
me.
was so bad. He always plays a good psychopath, by the way, which is so funny with the background because he came up on what was it like the Sweet Valley High? It was like teenage soap operas type thing. Do you guys remember that back in the day? There was like a
I remember
series
the
on it,
books.
like Sweet Valley High or something like that.
Yeah, I remember the books. I didn't know they were TV shows.
They had a series on TV, and Ben Foster played one of the characters. So the first time I ever saw him, he was in like a Sweet Valley High type TV show. And then the next time I see him, he's Alpha Dog playing this like psychotic, like horrible person. I was like, damn, I'm like, talk about somebody wanting to switch their career real fast.
Yeah.
Well, that was part of the controversy of the movie too, because a lot of people said the original person was not even close to that.
Right.
You know, as far as movies, you always have to up your ante so that, you know, people will want to watch it more.
And I think they released the movie before the court case was done or something like that.
I do think it was before his sentencing. He was still going through the young man that you know, orchestrated it, but I just remember it was just so ridiculous because, like I said, it was just a bunch of white teenagers with too much money, too many resources, trying to play gangster, and someone got killed. Also, the kid was so naive because I'm like, child, how long we gonna run with this? These people trying to kill you.
Run away. Jump over the fence.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was so young he couldn't even imagine that was coming. So it was just the overall sad case. Good movie. Like I said, I think it kind of put him in the map on the map and showed acting chops. It was good for him coming off of Edison. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't realize he did. I thought he had done. I didn't really remember when he did Edison, to be honest with you, because it's just kind of not a good movie.
I think it just like came out on video.
Yeah.
Like, did it go
like
to
straight
theaters?
to DVD.
Right.
Yeah, which was surprising because
it.
Kevin Spacey's in it, so they had like a good cast, but it
just wasn't a good film.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Back then, children, we had straight to DVD, which was
Redbox.
the modern day version, right, of straight to on demand. You know, and back then, so you went straight to DVD, you could go get it for $1.50. It wasn't like a $20 rental. You know, so you didn't have too much, and I remember renting it and be like, "Oh, this is not good." Even like the editing wasn't good. I mean, and you had really good people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the script. The script was okay. It was the script. It was the directing. It just wasn't well put together. It was edited horribly. It was on the other night, and I was like, "What kind of backroom chop shop editing?" It was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, it definitely didn't go well together. Like everything kind of dropped the ball on there.
Right. So by the time he did Alpha Dog, that was really what he needed, you know, for, you know, people like, okay, you know, it's pretty good. He's getting into it. Before one of the acting roles I remember, because I used to watch it all the time on TRL, was when he played Elton John in the video This Train Don't Stop Here Anymore. It was really good.
Such a great job. His transformation was so good.
Yeah,
and he was still in NSYNC during that too.
Right. Right. And I had hoped for a long time he would play Elton John, but it took so long for that movie to get that made. It literally wasn't until 2022, and he was way too old.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the actor that they got to do it was good. He did a great job with it, but when Justin did
Didn't
the
look like
video
Elton
for it,
to me though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it would have been. Yeah, he was a little too pretty for it. Like they didn't like.
I thought he
they
was
didn't
too
do
short.
They didn't do the prosthetics though.
Girl, have
either.
you
Like,
seen
he
Elton
didn't have,
John?
the
Like
face.
Justin is too tall.
Mm.
Justin
Well,
is too tall. And I mean, the guy who was in it did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Again, it just took too long. Justin was originally up for the role. It changed hands. It changed studios. It got canceled. It took 20 years to bring that movie to
Mhm.
fruition. So
Oh my
unfortunately, it
God.
just wasn't in the running anymore when they finally did it.
That happened to him again with the movie Spinning Gold. That's in 2013. He was supposed to be Bogart in that movie, and
I don't know
something
what that
happened.
is.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys remember that
No.
No.
at all?
I don't either.
Mm-mm.
Well, Spike Lee was supposed to direct the film. Justin was supposed to get the role of Bogart in it. And then for whatever reason, this was in 2013. It didn't come about until 2019. And by that time, they changed the director, they changed the actor, they changed
Mhm.
everything. So he was actually casted in this movie. And then it just took way too long and they went in different directions.
I'd never ever heard of it, so it's probably better he didn't. I don't know. Never heard of that.
Yeah.
With some things, just the movies can change hands and scripts, and yeah, it can get rough. So
Yeah, it was something with the Envision Entertainment scandal that was going on back then, so that kind of halted a lot of things and just took
Yeah.
way too long to get back together.
we also had another uncredited before that, obviously when he was still with NSYNC, which is On the Line, which was Lance's movie, which is always hysterical for me because they really was trying to push Lance as a heartthrob.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just so funny.
Mhm.
And
And
so
GC ended up dating the lead in that movie.
What?
oh, he did.
Yeah, what is
Lucy.
her Emmanuel? What is I forget her name. I'm gonna say it really wrong, but the lead actress that was in that movie, JC ended up dating.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Justin is in the end credits as the
Hairdresser.
With
hairdresser,
Chris.
makeup
Hairdresser.
artist. It's very funny. It's
He's
yeah, it's
hilarious.
very, very funny shtick. I used to quote it I used to quote De Niro all the time. Good stuff. And of course, we're almost done. We are almost done. This episode went on very long, so we'll have to go through birthdays like that. But model
Have a shorter
behavior.
list this time.
Okay, model behavior. Was considered his
cute.
first acting role. It's cute. I always remember I always remember having to watch the whole movie just for his two scenes.
Right.
Mhm.
And I can't really even tell you what the movie was about. I
It's like
loosely
a
remember
regular girl and a model switch
Yeah.
places.
They
Yeah.
Like there's like a
It's a
there's
whole
no
like
mirror.
switching places thing, yeah.
There's like no
Okay,
mirror in
right.
the thing, and then they switch
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And he was only in two scenes, and I remember just wanting to watch it every time for those two scenes. And back in the
Yeah.
day, if you watched it on TV, your ass had to sit through the whole
To
thing.
the
Mhm.
commercials, yeah.
Yep. Sitting through
Jason Sharp.
commercials. Yep.
Yeah.
Children don't know nothing about that life, but that's what you had to do. Because
I mean,
when I got older, my parents would record it on the VCR, and then I could
Yeah.
fast forward. But see, we kind of had an old VCR, so if you fast forward too much on the same tape, you fuck it up. And I was like,
yeah.
I don't want to fast
Then you have
forward
to,
because you
back
Oh
up.
yeah.
you the tape. So
Yeah.
I have to watch it. God, children, YouTube and clips and streaming. Kids have it so easy.
I mean, he was cute, but the acting obviously wasn't great yet. Like if we're being for real, we just watched it because
Acting.
he's eye candy. But
Yeah.
Do you
What
think he had
acting?
any acting training for that, or they just
Yeah.
threw him in there? They're just like,
Yeah.
there you go.
They was
you're
like, hey,
you're a
pretty
male
face.
model.
Get up there,
Act
you're up.
superficial, go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was it.
Yeah, and so I don't think it was great acting wise because he wasn't playing himself. Also because he had to play this superficial male model type thing, and like, yeah, he was in the entertainment world, but he's not that superficial guy. So like, it just didn't come across as like natural, you know what I mean? So definitely the later
he just wasn't a good actor at the time. So.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, if it had to be outside of his norm, he couldn't deliver on it.
It just came across as like a cute kid with some lines.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Long Shot, which I don't even remember what the fuck that was about. It was just like a movie with like a bunch of different random celebrities from the 90s.
I watched it on a live stream one night, and it's the most random stuff. There's like a helicopter scene, and then it goes to another scene, and then it's like another scene with a helicopter.
It's really
and a car chase and all this. They like threw whatever they wanted into one movie.
And he was just
watched it for his role, to be honest, as the valet. That was it.
Yeah.
I've never watched
it. It's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course it was uncredited because who cares? That whole movie could have been uncredited. No one would know. All right. So that is the end of our movie. So we did not forget about the animated. That will probably come up in a future episode. But as you can see, this is running very long. And he had a lot of credits. So I enjoyed looking through these. A lot of these are hard to find on streaming, but you can still find some of them. You can still, buy them for digital rental. So we tried to give you the 411 on which ones you should spend your hard-earned money on. We want to do our January birthdays. Kels, what birthdays do you have?
All right, so I have Katie Foresco. She was actually December 31st, but going right into the new year. So happy birthday, Katie. Sophie's birthday is today, January 4th. Then we have MZ Anne Marie 420. Her birthday is January 16th. Marianne, who's Pink Obsession 24. She's January 24th. We have Jillian. She is January 31st, which is also Justin's birthday, obviously. So shout out to Justin on January 31st. We have Joey Fatone of NSYNC, who's January 28th. My husband is actually January 27th. And Zoe's mom is also on Justin's birthday, which is January 31st. And that is our January birthdays.
Who's Zoe's mom? Who's Zoe?
Zoe is she's in the fandom.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
It's like, is that a fan member's mom?
Shout out to her mom. Yeah.
Hey, Zoe.
So shout out to her mom. She has the same birthday as Justin.
Is that a new member I'm not aware of? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so hopefully we will be back before the end of the month so we can do not a whole birthday episode, but something nice. We'll have something planned. So this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed going through the movies. And we will definitely see you in a few weeks. Make sure to give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, as long as we're still around on TikTok. And have a happy start to the year. We will see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.